Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on our ANC bin, or African Nightcrawler bin. It's been about 9 days since my last update. We gave them some watermelon. They were starting to crawl out. They made it to one of my other bins, which I had to pull out some of them for my pine shaving bin, which was sort of a surprise to me, but it shows how they can wander. These bins were directly next to each other where they were touching, and they just kind of went over and into the other one. I found 4 of them. I'm hoping that that is a one-time thing. I now have a gap of probably 2 inches or so between them. We'll see how that works out. I'm hoping that'll keep them from migrating over. If not, I might have to throw them on a different shelf so that way they're sort of away from everything. But we'll see how it goes from there. But they are doing well. The last time we checked, they turned a lot of these castings right into, or I should say, a lot of the cardboard into castings, which was very surprising to me with how quickly they're moving through this material. We might have to add some more cardboard, and possibly we're going to add some more food this time as well, depending on how they're doing with that watermelon. We'll see how they're doing, though. Today, though, got my Bahamas shirt on. So one of my commenters said, "Hey, I subbed to you because you're wearing a Bahamas shirt." And I was like, well, I'll put it on again. We'll see if I get some more subscribers that way. But just a reminder for you down below, if you're watching this, please subscribe to this channel. So with that, let's get to the bin. All right, so just so you can see here on the top, it says ANC up here. Pull that back down. You can see the date over here of 7/7. Today is the 16th, or 9 days. So, and this was the last side that we fed on over here. So first thing first, let's lift up our little bubble wrap here. Not much on the top, a little bit of moisture maybe, lots of castings. Sorry if you hear the clicking of the camera, but I have a different lens on there today. It makes a little bit more noise when it's adjusting. Hopefully though it won't be too loud. So, first off, it looks like there's a lot of castings on the top here. Whole lot of castings, a couple worms. Already some worms in the top, or I saw them just a second ago. So you can see these guys are the big African Nightcrawlers, and they look very, very healthy. I'm going to just try to turn this up a little bit. It looks a little bit dark here. Let's just try that right there. Let's see how that looks. Is that a little better maybe? So they're very big, very active. They've been climbing into some of my other systems next door. This one's kind of pinkish, but they've been very active. Let's just dig right over here on this side real quick and just take a quick look. I mean, I'm amazed at how fast they've turned this material into castings. I've heard that they are fast, but I thought it would take at least a couple months for them to really get going. But look, I mean, this was all cardboard about 2 months ago. I really thought this would take about 3 to 6 months for them to really start moving through this stuff. Which is, look at this. I mean, almost. Here we go. Here's a big wad of cardboard in here, but the majority. I mean, like, this is what this bin looked like when they first got in here. It was all cardboard, and the majority of it seems like it's castings now, which is truly amazing. And with how large these worms are, it should be really easy to sort them out. So I'm really excited about this. Although I would like to see them go through some food as well. By the way, if you're watching this video and you do see, let me just push this forward just a little bit. There we go. If you do see any cocoons in here on the video, let me know. Sometimes you can see them from that side and I can't see them from my side as I'm standing on the other side. You can see there's plenty of worms in here. They're going all through here trying to work on this cardboard. They're really spread out too, which is sort of different. Normally I see like usually around like food or something, you'll see them all like worms converge, but these guys are they're all spread out through the bin here. So again, here's another wad of paper. There's a worm in there working on it. So they're just going to town on this material in here, which I'm really excited to see. I have a huge amount of cardboard. Amount of cardboard in my basement. They are, I do want to point out, there were some wood shavings in here, and they are working on those a little bit more slowly, I feel, although I still feel that they are working on them, which is really good. I thought those typically take a lot longer to break down than the cardboard would. But you can just see, I mean, the majority of this is castings now. I mean, this is not a cardboard bin anymore. It's a casting bin with some cardboard left in it. I mean, it really is amazing. I mean, look at this. This is almost all castings right here along the side. And there's still worms working at it too. So they're really spread out in here. Now, this is the side that we fed on. Let me just shift this over just a little bit so it's a little bit more in the focus area. Let's just see what's going on over here. This is where we added some fresh paper, and you can see there's a whole bunch of worms working at this. This is where we also added watermelon last time. It looks like the watermelon is all gone. I'm not seeing any watermelon in here at all. So the watermelon's gone. They're working. Yeah, I'm not seeing any watermelon. The watermelon's gone. Actually, here we go. This is the last little bit of that's left of the watermelon. There's that little bit of skin left. But they really chewed through this quickly. Let's just see if there's any. And now they're working on the cardboard already. Again, another little piece of skin here, but that's it really for the watermelon. You can see plenty of worms in here though. You can see them really wriggling around in there. They're doing a great job of consuming this material. And also all of the, never mind just the material, they're also doing a great job of consuming the bedding along with the food. So it's not just one or the other, it's both. Now we're going to add some more food again this time. We're going to see how these guys do. Slightly larger feeding. I mean, that was only a few pieces of watermelon, but still we're talking about 9 days. So they're really chewing through this stuff quickly. But they need more food, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to again add some paper in here. And I'm adding more paper because I am putting in frozen food. And these guys really don't like cold. So I like to make sure that I'm kind of protecting them. So we're going to add in some more paper just like that. And also they tend to like paper, so why not give them a lot? All right, I've got some carrot peelings here. And some carrots. So this is another somewhat light feeding. Got some carrot tops and stuff like that in here as well. Or bottoms, or whatever you want to call them. And let's throw in, just to test it out. Oh, actually, we'll throw in this entire chunk. This is a nice big chunk, but we're going to throw it in here. So we're going to just do this right here. Break this up a little bit. We've got one banana. We've got the carrots in here. So this is the larger feeding. Remember, there's only 300 worms that I purchased, so it's not like I purchased a ridiculous amount of worms, but they are just chewing through this stuff very quickly. And then we're going to add another handful, or maybe two, of paper to the top here. We're going to cover this really well with a lot of the castings that they've already chewed through to make sure that nothing finds its way into here. So let's just add a little bit more over here. Okay, that's a good covering on it right there. I did not add, just so you know, I did not add any crushed eggshell to the food area, but I am going to put a little bit on top here because they tend to like this bedding material. I figure it's fine to add it on top. We don't have any issues with citrus in this one or anything like that. This is all food that they should like. But we'll add a little bit of the crushed eggshell on top there. I haven't added a whole lot to this bin other than when I started it, I think. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just bury this in here. So I'm going to put that label in the center saying 716 right here in the center section. So that way we know where the last place we fed was. And we're just going to bury this in nice and deep here. Make sure that it's covered really well. I think the moisture in here feels about right. I don't feel it needs any extra moisture or anything like that, but we're just going to kind of bury this in there. As you can see, I mean, like this material, I mean, I can't believe how quickly they're moving through this. I'm very excited about this because I do feel I needed a little bit faster worms that can move through this food a little bit faster, and especially this bedding material. I've got so much bedding material. In fact, I could show you a pile here, but it's just I've got tons of bedding material that needs to go through. I'm just going to pat this down a little bit. I think that's a good feeding. I think that's a good amount in there. We'll see how they work through that over the next week. Let's put our cover back on here, our plastic cover. And again, it's slanted, but that's fine. It's still covering the majority of it. There's a little bit bigger of a gap at the ends, but that's okay. If they move it around, this will raise back up, and then we'll have this be even again. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, please let me know, and we'll see how this goes as far as the how they can go through this food here. I'm really curious to see how fast they can go through this. And if you have any questions about ANCs or where I ordered from or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments. And thank you for watching.